Aloha. Hi. This is vlog number 17. Today's date is February 18th, 2026. Chrissy's saying, "Oh, we haven't done a vlog since December 31st, before the new year." And so here we are again, and we wanted to take an opportunity to fill you in on all of the things that have been happening with us. So far, I've been doing fine. Things have been pretty much status quo. It was a bit of a up and down struggle, but every time I get chemo, the next couple of days, it's a little bit rough and it still continues. I've gone to quite a few appointments, um, run different tests, done scans and such, and there's been some new tests as well, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So I have continued getting hydration via IV in my port, which is in my chest. And it's to address dehydration. And so I've been hydrated after my chemo sessions, and it's continuing. Now, I've gone to see many different doctors, and finally was to see my gynecologist to just check out various parts of my body. And so I was sent for a pelvic exam. Sorry, pelvic ultrasound. Yes, pelvic ultrasound, because they were noticing a bit of thinning in my pelvic area, and they wanted to check that out. So we went ahead and had it checked out, and all is well. No problems there. So that's a relief. And then I believe, remember I told you that I was fainting from time to time and we couldn't figure out why, and we've been investigating, and the doctors decided to go send me to get an ECG, which is a monitor for my heart. And so how it works, Nathan, would you explain? Yeah, Nathan's saying, so the ECG is used to determine, whenever Chrissy might feel dizzy or pain or anything different, that she would push the button that's attached to a device that would identify what's happening in that period of time. Therefore, they can check and see what might be going on in that specific area. So it's just some technology, the ECG, which is a heart monitor that she had to wear for 14 days. Creasy's saying, so I kept it on from beginning to end. And it's a little white um, device that got some plastic and lines on it. And Nathan's saying you adhere it to your chest. And it's got some electrodes there and a button attached to it. And it can sense your heart rate, and you can't take it off for 14 days, Chrissy. And so once I was done with it, took it off, mailed it off to the mainland, and they're going to do some analysis and try to figure out my results. But I haven't gotten it yet. Nope, Nathan says we did get them and that everything is normal. So there were no issues that they detected with her heart. So all is good. And Chrissy's saying, yes, that is good. And moving forward, I had Nathan saying some stress tests for the heart. Yep, the cardiac stress test. And so Chrissy's saying I had to go on the treadmill. You get on the treadmill and then they speed it up and monitor because they wanted to see if my heart rate would align with my activity. And the goal was to see what my top numbers were. And if my heart was able to catch up, then I'm doing well. So after that was done, my results were good. So check that off the list. And then I am also, continuing to have my echocardiograms and run those tests. So they had to put all those stickers on me to check my heart, and the results were good there as well. And then I had another mammogram to check, but there was some good news. Now, remember, I had that lime sized um, bump there, and now it's decreased and it's much smaller, like 2 centimeters. And I mean, it's still there, but it's gone down in size. It's a lot smaller than it once was. And Chrissy's saying, and the cancer cells that were throughout the body, that's stable. We're not seeing any growth or any addition. So that's stable. And Nathan's saying, yes, the cancer cells still are there. And having taken a CT scan and a bone scan, they were able to assess the current size. Chrissy's saying, so that's what's been going on thus far. And I've had my 14th chemo session, but the treatment itself, that is the ninth session. But I'm still ongoing with that, and I will repeat that this month and then March and months going forward. Nathan saying we're not sure what the future holds. We don't know what next steps are, but as of right now, we do know that Chrissy's hot spots or the um, bone metastasis, and that's where these pockets of cancer are with the ribs and the chest, the back, the leg, the arm, the pelvis, and the lower spine. They're still there. They said that they didn't identify any change in those areas. And in addition, we did ask the doctor if we could see what the images look like, and we were able to see the different locations. And Chrissy said the images were fascinating. It was like, seeing an x-ray, and there were some dark spots. And so that's where the cancer is located. So that was really interesting. And it's really good to be aware. So if in the future you need to see pictures, you want to see the pictures, ask your physicians. It's very nice, and they'll probably be very happy to share with you. That way you know what's going on with your body. And Nathan's saying, yeah, so you can get a better picture of what's going on, and you can envision it in your mind. And I was also able to ask how we would know if Chrissy was worsening or if it was continuing to be stable. And they mentioned that it was based on the color of the spots that you see. So the darker the spots are, that usually indicates how it is getting worse. But I'll talk more about that another time when I try to compare bone cancer versus bone metastasis, so that you could get a better idea of what they both are and how they're alike or different. Chrissy's saying, so far, with my activities at home and at work, I'm able to do everything as I could. They've been very flexible with me at work, but at home, I've been tired. I sleep more often. And then my appetite changes, like after chemo. Um, that does change my appetite. And Nathan's saying, oftentimes Chrissy doesn't want to eat. And if she does, she's very picky about what she eats, what type of soups she might eat. We might try this. And she says, nope, don't like it, try something different, and she might also reject that. And then we tried certain things from before that she liked, and you just have to figure it out on a case by case basis, because for each chemo she responds differently. Chrissy says, yep, that is true. And that's pretty much everything so far. Did you want to add anything more, Nathan? And Nathan saying, well, I'm sure that, y'all may have questions or just curiosities. And if you do, please send us a note in our inbox, and perhaps we can give you a better answer to them. We're always happy to retell our story again. We absolutely can do that. And perhaps we can expand and give you a better idea and a clearer understanding of what is happening. And you may want to ask certain questions, and we can explain that more clearly when we do other videos. So please don't be afraid to give us your questions or let us know anything you might wonder. We're happy to answer. Chrissy's saying the both of us are thanking you for your support, love, your prayers, and thoughts. They're something we're really grateful for. Love you.